My name is Emma Sulkowitz. I am a junior at Columbia College. I am a visual arts major. On the first day of my sophomore year, I was raped by a fellow classmate. I didn't report at first because it's a big emotional trauma and I didn't feel like dealing with it at first until I met, at that time, 2 other women who told me the same person who had assaulted me had assaulted them. The school found a way to dismiss each of our 3 cases separately. My rapist still goes to my school and still is on campus.
Up to 500,000 women were raped during the Rwanda genocide, as many as 64,000 in Sierra Leone, and over 40,000 in the Bosnia and Herzegovina War. 4,500 in a single province of the Democratic Republic of the Congo in just 6 months. And every day, hundreds of women are raped in Darfur. These are not the random acts of individual soldiers. They are military tactics used to shame and demoralize women, tear communities apart, and control populations.
My name is Luz Mendez. I am from Guatemala. I am a member of the National Union of Guatemalan Women. As part of the women's movement for a long time, in the past, I took part in the peace negotiations. I was a member of the delegation of the Guatemalan National Revolutionary Unity to the peace negotiations. I was the only woman member of this delegation. And there I was struggling to achieve the recognition of women's rights.
Strategy. Thousands of women were victims of rape, massive rape. When the soldiers came to the indigenous communities, they raped women and usually they were killed as part of the massacres. But many of them survived. They are still living in Guatemala. They are still suffering the consequences and struggling to continue their lives, to grow up their children, to contribute to their development in their communities. But with that burden on their minds and on their hearts.
Women, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, why were you there? Why were you wearing that dress? Why were you in that dark alley? People have rights to be where they are. People have rights to be to wear what they want to wear. But when that culture is when that is so ingrained in the culture, that it's the woman's responsibility to prevent rape. That's very scary, isn't it? So that conversation has to take place at that level. That no, the onus is on all of us. We should protect. We should raise our boys, because we start to raise boys before they become men. So we should raise our boys to understand that rape is not acceptable. It's not part of the culture that we want to portray. Yeah.
An individual issue. This is a cultural problem. We have a huge issue with rape culture on all college campuses. So this isn't a random phenomenon. This isn't, this happens in an alley, this happens when everyone's incredibly drunk at a party. There is a certain profile for what sexual assault looks like on a college campus, and that is why we need administrators to be open and transparent about that. Right now, their approach seems to be to ignore the problem, to try to deny students access to resources, to deny that it's happening at all, when in fact, they really should be getting in front of the issue.
Rape is an issue that takes place everywhere around the world. It affects all women, no matter their status in society. In North America alone, 1 in 4 women will be sexually assaulted in their lifetimes.
I became involved in this struggle for justice for women in the world because of that debt. Women, we are half of the population, so we have the right to equality. And because this is part of building democracy, this is part of building peace, this is the part of building a justice world and long-lasting peace in the world.